Minded Radio. Entertainment for your heart, mind, and soul. Positive talk for our community. With your hosts, Bertha Harris, Ken the Don, Daylon Butler, and Troy Rawlings. Let's go. It's the... You're not live.
All right. Let's go. Come on, man. When I wake up in the morning, I got the Signup radio show. That's right, guys. We are an independent show. While y'all want to talk about the ride and slump, we're going to go get the money. We're going to talk about that personal protection program money. It's called the Paycheck Protection Program. And most people know it as PPP. The 3 P's. So, I love the fact that you can do independent stuff, because if I turn on that TV one more time and see somebody climbing up the walls and running up the steps and throwing things around while we sitting here not talking about on Monday. And if you don't believe me, I want you to go check Paul Gardner's channel. On Monday, guys, is the first day that you can start going after that money. So don't get misled and all this rhetoric that's going around. You guys better stay focused. And now, you had a lot of people up there fighting because the last time we got the information late. So by the time we applied for the money was gone. You hear me? The money was gone. They had to redo the money just to try to get us the money. Now, this time, Paul Gardner says on Monday, January the 11th, women and minority business have the opportunity to be the first in line to start getting that money. He's even offered his personal services for those of you who want to make sure that you do it right, because a lot of times we act like we know what we're doing and still kicking out a few dollars. And I'm going to say it's a few dollars. I don't know how much it costs. Paul didn't pay me. He ain't paid me to say nothing. But I know how we think in our minds. Sometimes we don't want to pay professional people. When if we gave them some money, you be done got that money tomorrow. So this man is showing you that he read all the paperwork. It's like 3 or 4 books of paperwork. One of the paperwork is like 82 pages long. Now also, because I know how to delegate responsibility, if you don't get in contact with Paul Gardner, we have our young expert, Ken LaDon, is out there looking into the information for you too. Because we have to learn how to utilize our young people. Our young people are smart as heck. I'm not going to sit up and read all this stuff. So I have to give it to somebody that got time, patience, and all that, and experience, because he's a wealth builder anyway. So I'm going to, again, make sure that you get into contact with Paul Gardner. And later on, my co-host, Mr. Troy Rawlings, will give you his updated information, how you can get in contact with Paul Gardner. Also, we haven't mentioned him in the past, but we do have a in-house lawyer on board. So if anybody has any legal problems, anything going wrong with this COVID environment, even if you get in a car accident, we have our house resident, J. Wendell Gordon. J. Wendell Gordon's office will handle any legal problems that you have. So don't think we're not in a society that's run by law. So we have that in place for you. We got J. Wendell Gordon on the spot. Also, we have our own system with Troy, me, and a couple other people that we're providing services for small businesses, because it's so overwhelming what's happening to us that we wanted to make sure that we have infrastructure that we all are putting ourselves into so we can stay above water. And then we have our other wonderful, wonderful co-host, which is Daylon Butler, who is into our tech. See, because we getting better at tech. Me and Troy just took an Excel class, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we have to get our skills up, guys. We cannot live in a world that's going virtual and got all these tech stuff going in it, and we're not caught up. We have a way that you can download, right? Our own app. And our own app will give you the opportunity by touching a button to get in contact with any of us, get in contact with any of our affiliates, and to get rewarded. There's a lot of times we can do that, Troy. We can reward each other for supporting each other and being able to say, hey, we're going to give you some points and we're going to give you some favors if you support us. Because we are a team of people that knows how we should really do that reciprocity stuff. A lot of times when I was doing this, Troy, you'd be like, "Hey, Troy done blew up," but I'm still sitting here on Easy Street. Now we have it where when Troy moves, everybody moves. Everybody's going to be moving. We just don't have one person move. When we move, everybody moves. Because TightNet's been on the air for over 7 years talking about solutions and opportunities. We have a team of people that's so great that I'm excited about how the show has evolved. We have 2 young people. People always talk about, where's the youth, where's the youth, where's the youth? Well, the youth are right there. The problem is, if you don't go get them and don't know how to utilize them, then they just sitting there by the sideline. With us being able to have Ken LaDon and Melon on board, we can sit back and say, hey, this is how you can prepare yourself. And I want to say this, not on a note where I want to chastise anybody, but if you're not willing to die, then get out of this call. Get off the line. Get off the line. Don't have to be part of TightNet Radio. Don't have to be part of the movement. Because we are not going to be the people that you see running up the steps when somebody come after us. Okay? I'm just going to put that out there again right now. We are not that group of people that you're going to come and tell us that you're going to kill us and we run it. Right? So we're going to be the group of people that tell you that we're so prepared that even if I die, another head's going to pop up. Another head's going to pop up. Because we have to prepare ourselves, guys, for death. And you cannot have a successful organization if you don't have nobody young in it. You do not have a successful organization if you're not tapping into resources. Again, I'm going to mention it. If you're not calling someone that's an expert, you want to know spreadsheet, Excel, whatever, all you have to do is call me a Troy. The reason why I got so excited about it today is because I saw that I have 5,000 followers and I ain't even got them in a database. I can't even sort them by whatever I want to sort them by, find what I'm going to do with them or whatever, because I didn't take the time to say, wait a minute, if I have all of this information and I don't know how to put it in some type of database or be able to push a button and pull up people and do whatever, then I'm doing the wrong thing. But also going back to the basics, I don't have to do it. All I have to do is find. And Troy, what was the name? Sorry, I missed what her name is. His mom always bad on names.
Katrina Dots. So it's the Dots Connect, DOTTS Connect.com. And she's doing professional development, training. Me and Eartha got up early. Well, me is 8 a.m. for her. It's 11 a.m. And went into her class. And she was teaching the introduction to Excel spreadsheet. A lot of stuff I had some of you have been doing Excel for years and have not updated. I didn't even know. Oh man, it was amazing. And she gave us a brief version because we had to get ready for the radio show. But she'll be calling in today, sometime today as well.
I'm just calling, and if she comes on the line, engineer, let us know if anybody's on the line.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think Paul Gardner's going to call in as well, if he can get the message. If anybody knows Paul, tell him we're talking about him on the radio station.
Yeah,
41.
But if not,
41,
yeah, but if not, guys, call us, and we will hook you up. So my number is 443-655-7198, 443-655-7198, because we are the great connectors. If you need anybody in this town in Baltimore, you just call us up. We'll connect you. But I want to show you that Mrs. Dot is setting the platform for us. The platform is that stop getting out of your lane. You're not the expert in Excel. She's the expert in Excel. We need to get her on our team. Now, this is what she also offered. If you schedule with us, and like I said, just call the number 443-655-7198. She's offering a free class on basic Excel. Why? Because if she can get us to basically understand how we're going to utilize that platform, because like I tell you, I know all of y'all with the social media life got all these people out there and they don't have no database. I can call y'all by name, but I won't. So now what we need to do is take a basic class in Excel so we can understand if we wanted to organize ourselves in a spreadsheet form or in a database form, we know what the bases are, right? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to cheat. Because after I know the basis, I'm going to still call Malon and Kenyon up and say, hey, go set this database up, because then you have to have people that's inputting information. So if you don't know how to input your information and what you're trying to put in, you might think, oh, I just want somebody's name, number, and email. No, you might want to know what color they like. You want to know vacation. You might know what. So when you're doing your targeted marketing, you have some information that you can pull. You might know the ages of people. So we'll be able to give this opportunity to the young people and say, look, we got a whole nother company. A company that can set businesses up, database, have people key in this information. Because when I keep going back to today's conversation, is going to be about making that money, and we're going to do the Paycheck Protection Program and go after this PP loan. The reason why we're going to go after it is because most of us who have set up our businesses struggle just like anybody else. We're not getting the monies that we used to have. We're not getting the opportunities that we used to have. So why shouldn't we get the assistance that's out there for us to keep us on our feet, to make sure that we're not having our business shut down, our houses foreclosed, our colleges foreclosed, our children not getting educated? Let's go get that money. So also, the next topic that we're going to be talking about is that we have several opportunities that we have connected with people who are bringing resources, especially resources to our community. We have Reverend Willie Ray. He's going to come on every third Saturday and talk about the youth program that he is building to have a place where youth can go out and do services. We already have with Tighten, we have a different kind of smart. They already established. They're down there in North and Payson. We also have the Collegiate School for Boys, if you haven't heard about it, under the Evelyn event. So we have all of these wonderful programs that's already in existence, and we need you guys to be raising your level of consciousness and be focused. And as I tell everybody, when this show is over, we've only got an hour, you got to pick up the phone or hit us however you want to do and get connected. Again, the way you want to get connected, you're going to dial 443-655-7198, 443-655-7198. And again, I am so excited that we have a custom-made show that we can talk about getting that money, because you're right, today's conversation is not going to be about no ride. It ain't going to be about no Trump. So if you want that, you better wait for the next show. If you want to call in today, please call in, asking us how you can get connected to Tighten It Radio Show, or call us if you want us to take down your name and information so we can get you over to Paul Gardner or Ken LaDon. And again, if any of you guys have legal problems, please call us. If Jay Wendell Gordon is not playing, he will get you that money that way too. So whichever way y'all want to go, those are the things that the Tighten It Radio Show is talking about. So now I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, Troy Rollins, so he can introduce the other co-host. Troy, what's up?
Yes. Thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody's tuning in around the globe, the country. If you listen to 1010 AM, you can get on Facebook, you can get on IG, get on whatever. Make sure you're letting everybody know that they go to www.wolbbaltimore.com and tune in to 10 a.m. in Baltimore. The number here, once again, is 410-481-1010, 410-481-1010 to be a part of the solution-minded and solution-giving conversation. We're not empowering, we're activating. So we'll make sure you guys know that. And make sure you're following at Bertha Harris Presents on Instagram, Ken.the.Don on Instagram. I think is that right, Ken?
Yes, sir.
You said yes.
Okay. You said yes, okay.
Because we are on, if those people who are on social media, you can go out there on Facebook in Instagram. Pull up our Tight Knit Movement on the Facebook, right, Ken? Tight Knit Movement on Facebook is where they can see this. Yes, Tight Knit Movement on the Facebook. Go on there, look at us. You can see us live. We look like we do. All of us got our hat on. Ken only one got his hand in.
And also my man Malon Butler of IBA Card, Indigenous Business Association Card, that's IBA_biz on Instagram. And like you said, if you're trying to get in touch with us, and we got some amazing packages. We're doing a top team package. You want to get involved with getting, I tell everybody, it's the most wonderful. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's not December. It's January for businesses. January is the most wonderful time of the year for businesses. So if you want to get your business, be able to talk about your business on the radio show, we got a package for that. You want to have your business promoted on social media, we got packages for that. You want to have your business blasted around town or all over the world, this, that, and other. That's what we do. We've been doing it for years. INET has been put together.
I want to add this to make it clear to them. Because ain't nobody else talking about your business. Ain't nobody else doing nothing but talking about Trump. The reason why you guys even should support us because we are the decision makers. If you call me up today and say, hey, next week I want to talk about my bakery, my barber shop, my food place, my this, that, and the other, this is why you have to create an independent show. Because we can talk about whatever we want to talk about. People get on me every day that say, what is your target audience? How many people listen to your show? This, that, no. I'm going to be clear to you guys. We are our target audience, and we listen to our show. Because we need to be able to build. And again, if you do not want to donate to the Tight Knit Radio Show, that's fine. But donate to the philosophy. If we are not independently talking about information that we can control and disseminate ourselves, then what are we talking about? So this show, again, needs the support of individual people can make a donation, businesses can come on here, like Troy say, and just even promote your business or tap into us with whatever way you can. But this is still a passionate thing for me today, and I'm excited that now people reminded me, we need to be talking about the money. Somebody said, let's better get my money. Well, let's get your money. It's called the personal paycheck protection loan, right? So if you went and got your money, and you want to put a fee on it, that's fine too. But you got to get my money. You went and got your money. You got to wake up starting Monday morning and go after that money. Don't be you choice.
Well, if you're smart, you do it now. You better get started now because by Monday morning, somebody needs to be. But by Monday morning, it might all be gone. So make sure you
to money. That's the only reason. Unfortunately, the portal that they apply for doesn't open till Monday. So unfortunately, if we could.
Right. What I'm saying is, I want people.
Right.
Sorry, you were breaking up there. Okay. I want people to give a call, like I said, give a call, 443-655-7198, 443-655-7198. We'll put you where you need to be if you're interested in getting one of those small business or PPP loans. As well as, like we said, we want any business owners, and every business owner. You're already doing promotion, and you need some more, that's great. If you're struggling and don't know what to do next, you need to get in touch with us. Because you got to do some kind of action right now. The thing is, a friend of ours called us from Canada. One of my business partners called from Canada, emailed us from Canada after the Zoom we had. Everything going all right down there? He was the only Caucasian sister, Jewish Caucasian sister. She was the only one on there, so she thought, us as black people, we seeing all this uprising and stuff. We're like, no. We home sipping tea and drink coffee. We watching this. It's crazy. They need to call the police.
Yes.
Somebody need to get over there. They violent. So it's a level playing field right now. Why not make the level playing field? That's what we're saying. It's like, let's focus on what's important to us in our community. So the number here, once again, is 410-481-1010. 410-481-1010. Is Ken the Don on the line?
Yes, sir. I'm on the line. Can you hear me?
2021 with that.
Yes, sir. So, Miss Eartha sent me the information last night about the whole PPP, and I have to make sure that I know everything thoroughly before I present. So, I did a little research, and just to go back before I go forward, the SBA. SBA is the Small Business Association. You guys, we understand that that's how you can get your loans. That's more of a hard, or not more hard, but more difficult way because it's suggested that you have a consultant. There's 4 tips when getting these loans just in general. So those 4 tips are making sure that you're eligible. Okay, you guys. So when you get on the SBA loan website, make sure that you're paying attention to the fine lines that you're looking. They have a little section on there already where you click and you can see if you're eligible. Make sure that your business has been running for at least a year, I believe. If you're a small business, LLC, nonprofit, S corporation, it doesn't matter what you are. You apply for this as long as you have under 500 employees. I think I've said this before to you guys, so all you big shots who think y'all somebody, you're still an SBA until you get over 500. And that's good, though. That means you qualify for these loans. So you can get the help that you need. All right, you guys. So the SBA has also the disaster loan. Okay, but that is different. All right. So it's the SBA loan, and then you have the SBA disaster loan. So these are different things that you're going to have to look at when you're on the site, because it can be confusing and you can get discouraged and just give up. But I want you to really look and pay attention. And if you want your money, like I looked at it. Okay. Once she sent it to me, I was like, oh, word. Okay. I really digged in. So SBA disaster loan. Okay. That's not as complicated. Okay. It was 82 pages of that one, read that one. And basically you can really get that one as long as you have everything listed out. So this goes back to those tips, making sure that you're eligible. Okay, gathering all your information. All right. So really showing to them and proving to them how COVID has really, damaged your business right now. All right. And when you can show that with your revenue, have your statements, your employees, all the things that you're doing, when you have all of that set up and you just give it a little patience. Okay. That's going to be the next tip. So giving it patience. You can't rush this thing. You have to understand that there's thousands and thousands of businesses out there and everyone's applying. So from even just looking at some YouTube videos early this morning on some tips also, they were saying that it's good to maybe apply late at night or early in the morning before business hours. That way your stuff is already there, once they get in or whatnot. They also suggested having someone, if you can afford to have an employee work for you and to do this, where they can apply to the multiple different ones. And like I said, it's a lot of different programs. So just to bring it, like I said, out and go back in, we have to also look at the SBDC, Small Business District Community. Okay, so whoever your nonprofits are who are really heading this, I believe Eartha mentioned the gentleman earlier who probably she said he pays, or you can pay for it, whatnot. But pay attention to who those small businesses are and who have the technicality and the expertise to help you in getting these loans. Okay, like I said, for the SBA loan, you might need a consultant or someone to really help you with your statements and your revenue and all of that. Okay, so down to the PPP loan. That is a part of it. It's the PPP program, okay, the Paycheck Protection Program. This is promoted and this is really encouraged by the SBA, and it's run by them. So it's not like, the SBA where they give you a loan from someone else. This is run just by the SBA, okay? So they encourage you to apply for this. And if you apply for this, you're able to get protection on your paychecks or your payroll for your employees. All right. So if you're having payroll for employees, you got multiple employees, people you need to pay, and you don't want to, lose them, you can apply for the Paycheck Protection Program, and you basically can be, protected. It's an incentive, like I said, that they give to small businesses to keep their workers on the payroll. All right. So this loan has an interest of only 1%. And that's something I looked in as well. So that's not really too bad for you. That's a benefit as well. If you have a business or a nonprofit, S corp, whatever you have, you qualify for this. Okay. So just make sure that you have all of these things, all your ducks in a row when you're going to apply for this, so that you can just easily get in. There is the video you sent me from the gentleman last night. He also said, If you're a minorities right now, Monday and Tuesday, we have the grace period. All right, you guys. So Monday and Tuesday, we have the grace period. They're going to look at our applications before they look at anyone. So I'm already, I don't know about you, but I already started. All right, but yeah. So Monday, Tuesday, make sure that you guys are ready. You're in there. Put your foot in the door. Okay, you guys. So make sure that you are eligible. Go on the website. Make sure that you have all your information ready. Okay, don't play any games because they will deny you. All right, give it time. Be patient. And make sure that you are connected to other people like us, Tight Knit Radio, people who can get you plugged in and understanding what's going on with your loan. All right, you guys, it's Ken the Don. Thanks.
This time.
All right.
Ken the Don. Give people a quick, even though we'll do it later, but give them a quick bit of your information, how they can call you, especially about some of the upcoming classes on affiliate programs, things like that.
Yeah, most definitely. So we are actually breaking it down even more. I'm excited because we went through, for this month, we're going through the whole lifestyle thing. So next month, we're going through finance. So if you really want to know more about your finances, to understand even from business taxes to your own personal life and budgeting, I'm going to have my family member, one of my cousins, he's a really big financial advisor for a really good bank. So he's going to come on and do a lot of Q&A with you guys. You know, he can't really tell you what to do, but he can suggest and help us and really guide us into the areas that we need to go. He's my personal financial advisor for my business, and he's really been helping me understand things from Roth IRAs to stocks, understanding Bitcoin, all of that, you guys. So you can get plugged in to Young Money Muggles on Facebook, Muggle Talks on YouTube, and you can text 74121 and text YMM to that number, and they'll get you plugged in to everything else that we have going on, you guys. All right, thanks a lot.
Right.
And we have I don't know if you want to go to the Megan online. We'll go to Megan and then we go to Macette. What do you want to go to? Okay, he let the caller in. Let me introduce the young lady.
Okay.
You can let her in online. This young lady is the lady who actually her website is the.dotts connect.com. So wherever you are, you can go to the dotsconnect.com and the dots connect DOTTS connect on Instagram. Her name is Katrina Dots, and she did an amazing training this morning. The prompt too, well, for me and Earthy was impromptu because we knew about it. But we was like, man, this is gonna be right before the radio show. So can we get a blitz? But so much information on breaking down Excel, but she does professional development training. So Katrina Dots, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. We appreciate that this morning.
We know a little bit more about Excel. That's our great reason. Yeah. So I know you're on the road, so we want to make sure that our audience know that we joke, but we do not play. We are serious about solutions and opportunities. So we want to make sure that we have our accountability in place so they cannot say that they don't know. So we got Ms. Dot on the phone. If you tell them, again, a little bit about yourself and how they're going to get connected, because we're coming back.
Wonderful. So my name is Katrina Dot, and I have my business. My business name is the Dots Connect. And basically, it's a training company that is focused on professional and personal needs. And the goal is to meet you at your level of need. Because we all are individuals, we all learn differently, so I try to definitely break all the information down to your level of need in order for you to walk away and say, okay, I have more of a clear understanding of what was just presented. Because sometimes we go to classes or we go places and the way the information is presented, we may still leave out of from that place not really having a complete understanding of what really was presented to us. So I'm here with my company called the Dots Connect, and you can go on the dotsconnect.com to see a lot of the trainings that are being offered right now for the month of January. The main classes that are being offered are mainly the Excel classes. So, like you said, you just did the intro to Excel worksheet where I break down the basic worksheet class. It's just a worksheet that I'm breaking it down from the very top of the worksheet to the bottom of the worksheet to really help people to understand what each part of the worksheet represents and how it all comes together to actually create a workbook inside of Excel. I have some other classes that are coming up towards the end of the month, and that's the ABC of formulas, because a lot of times people are extremely interested in formulas and how do the formulas really work. So January 24th, there's a class, the ABC, the formulas, and then January 30th, manipulating data. So that's just when you go in, how do you actually manipulate the data that's inside the worksheet. That class would totally just focus on being able to sort, filter, being able to do data validation inside of Excel, and as well as how to create charts and graphs within Excel. Next, in the coming months, I will be doing more classes on customer service, time management. So there will be some other classes that will be posted. Just keep going to the website, checking the website to see what are some of the new classes that will be coming up in the following months.
Well, we're going to do better than that, because our next co-host that's coming up, his name is Leon Butler. We actually have an app that we put together that people can download on their phone. So we will now, as I tell people when I have them as guests, you are now sanctioned as a tight-knit affiliate.
Okay, wonderful.
But another thing, remember you asked me questions about, like you said, you are small black businesses. So we're going to also connect you to Kenyon so he can answer all of those questions, because you just started your business and whether you are qualified to get that money and stuff too. So what we try to do, we try to create an atmosphere that, because we're so tight, we don't want you to always have to do things where we have some people in our network that can help you so you can just do what you do. And then we're going to grow together. So Titan also has something to offer you. One, we're gonna again have you as affiliate. So when people are looking for your services, they'll be able to just go to our app and get connected with you. And then two, we'll again, as we all learn about how we're going to be able to give support for our businesses, especially when they're coming out with all these minority ways that they're trying to help us, to make sure that we have young people like Ken and Don researching this stuff for us, because we don't want to miss out on any opportunity. Because there's some other business opportunities as we grow our business. So appreciate you. And again, me and Troy will get connected with you, and we're going to let everybody know when the next class is going to be. Because we need everybody to at least, like she said, know the basics of Excel, so you guys can utilize that to help us. And then, like, what I love about it is that you're offering a wraparound services where you're going to help us with other things. So we appreciate you, and welcome to Tight Knit Radio.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Thank you. So
Check
let's
out the Hey, what's going on, Leilon? What's up, Brother Troy? How's everything? Oh, good. Can't complain. All good in this Los Angeles hood. No,
in California.
Hey, well, see, that's what you're saying, right? Again, talking about that idea of not being able to bomb Black Wall Street online. Baltimore, Cali, Hawaii, you don't know who you are. This technology, these resources, the money, the economy, all that's going to reach you. So that's this era that we're in. And I was listening in to what the sister was talking about, really kind of struck home because, we talk a lot about the IBA card and economics, but we don't really get to break down, I think, the value, the impact that we're going to be making with it. And it ties into what the sister does, because every individual who buys an IBA card is making a commitment. I'm agreeing to support my community. A certain amount of dollars is going into this community regardless, and that's added to to a database. It's a membership network. Committed shoppers, registered shoppers of Black-owned businesses. Now, when we're moving efficiently, we have to collect that data, those names, the zip code, where people are coming from, what they do like, what they don't like, and all of that is tracked in an Excel kind of database spreadsheet. So right here is perfect merger for us to learn from her wisdom to say, what does it look like for us to be organized, take these names, and answer the question that every business owner wants to know. Are you going to help me market? Yeah, okay, how much? So if I do that, how many people are going to see my content, or who's going to come to my store? But you have 5,000 people, but how many of those 5,000 like what I do? Right? And so you can't even begin to answer those questions unless you have yourself organized in a way that seems like she's already mastered. And so I would love to, you talk about connecting the strength behind that in the just day-to-day IBA things of everybody enjoying a discount from a Black-owned business. And I think we have, as Titan would say, we have identified the we, right? Identified the us and been able to move that as one unit. And every pit stop that we take, we should be able to uplift. Saturday one, everybody's on Titan. Sunday, we've all gone to this event. Mondays, and to be able to provide people with options. And provide them with the economy to actually go and patron those Black businesses. It's got to start with something I want to bring to the table. How do we flood in for people's money, right? I think we don't talk about this enough. We're in a position to recycle our own dollar. That's great. We have to learn and work on that and get a commitment to do that. But we also have an obligation to pull out to get people to want to invest in us, to make ourselves profitable so that we can continue to grow. If we're just recycling old money, eventually that's going to stagnate, right? So if you look up, I think Kim and Don talking about research. I know our sister Earth and I talked about this. We did research in industries that are doing well post-COVID, right? And I think right now we're going to start reaching out to each and every one of these and seeing if we can either make an ally or we can learn from them so that we can start tapping into our own industries with Black-owned businesses and say, hey, these are industries that are doing well. These are the reasons why. We've done the research. We have the market. Now let's go get it. So I'm charged up.
And it's funny how things come together. Even when I was doing the class, I thought about you. I said, man, this Excel is right up Raylon's alley. Because one of the things I know that even all of us are doing, we have all of these connections, but we're not organizing no type of database. And then, like you said, for us to be able to have an app that ties to our database, like you said, it will help us manage our time and our resources. Because what I was telling Mrs. Dodd is that right off the bat, I was ready to help her out because one of the things we can do is the tightness group. We'll have people pre-set up before they even get to our class so we can just have the teacher teach. Because sometimes I was telling them when you do a class, you don't want to spend 20, 30 minutes getting the class together. Where we should have a pre-set up so when we having all of these talented people that have skills and bringing it to us, we're ready. And we're going to, again, show them how tight-knit works. That's why me and Floyd was there for her today. We are our own first customer. We participate in our own stuff. Like you said, who's the we?
Exactly.
We participate first because we're not going to be just giving people our information that we won't even go to the class ourselves. So one of the ways that I know that I'm blessed that we have the Tight Knit Radio Show is that we're able to talk about those three things a day while everybody else is talking about something else. There is no reason why when I turn on this TV, they're still talking about that rat. And the most important thing for small businesses to get our community back on track is to get that money, right? But they're not going to talk about that because they're going to feel like, well, you know, put it in writing because black people don't read or whatever. We dealt with the wrong black people because we found out that information. And then we have to respect our professional people. That's why I still mention the name Paul Gardner. That's why I'm still mentioning the name J. Wendell Gordon. That's why I mention the name Mrs. Dot. Because we cannot, and even Maylon, Kenyon, Troy Rollins, and myself, we cannot keep moving like we don't have the answer. We have people, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So when you wake up and you find yourself broke and not having no money, why are you broke? So you could have called somebody and they would have put you back on track. So I'm excited that I was able to say to myself, I'm not doing that. I'm not watching it. When I get off this phone, me and Kenyon, like we do when we get off the phone all the time, we're going to continue talking about how we're going to get that money. Because we want to be also a resource outside of Paul Garner that people can tune into us so we can make sure that we're setting the examples. And another thing I started to mention, Kenyon, that I need you to look into. When we say minority businesses, a lot of times we don't talk about what is the status of nonprofit organizations. Because I have a nonprofit organization, a couple of people have nonprofit, right? So we need to look at it. So you mean to tell me as a nonprofit organization, can I go get some of that money? Because I definitely was affected because I wasn't able to do the outreach and things that I could have done with my nonprofit organization because of COVID-19. But again, a lot of people don't talk about that. So I did not know that we could really be in that position. We have people, I just see that Kendrick Tillman and that we call him 5-Star just checked in. 5-Star, Edwin, and all of these people that's been doing things forever for our young people, youth programs, STEM programs. Edwin got the collegiate school for boys. It is so many people in this tight-knit network that we can overnight take back our city if we wanted to. So, with that said, I'm going to flip it back again to Mr. Troy Rowland.
Yes. For those who are just tuning in, you're listening to Tight Knit Radio. I got people texting me, asking me about it. It's funny because when people hit us up, it's like, I'm on the radio, tune in, But for all of you that just tuned in or have been listening to Tight Knit, like Eartha said, we need your donations as well to keep the radio station going. It's not just a donation, it's an investment. Because if you have a business and you're listening to this right now, we showed you before, this is how awesome with online and everything is. You have a business, you're listening right now. Not only can you cash out $ Eartha Harris, ERTHA Harris, HARRIS. Not only can you do that, but you can call us at 410-41-1010. You can text us at 443-655-7198. You can make a donation, and you can come on air and talk about your business. That's how simple this solution is for business owners. Katrina Dot did not have time to come on the air today. She did not have time. She poured into us a free class and other stuff she's working with us on. And we're talking to her, and we're like, it's on the radio. She's like, well, I have to do something. I have to go to a meeting, but on the way to the meeting, I call in. We gave her that access. This woman has never been on the radio. This woman has never been on social media. I don't mean throw her on the bus, but she's never been on social media.
On the bus.
On the bus. She's never been on social media. But let me tell you, so some of y'all are right now floating around on social media or on Facebook or somewhere, and you have a business. And you're wondering how to get your business out there. And you're listening to the radio show. Or some of you know somebody's struggling. Especially, I can't stress this enough about the restaurant piece. We literally started something called I was doing a top 10, turned into top team. And I said, I don't feel like we're in a lot of businesses. If they're not giving to us, not giving to tightness, I don't want to work with them this year. So we set something up, right off the bat, 20 businesses got on board. So I'm telling you guys, this is working. We don't have to wait. And don't get me wrong, I want everybody to get the loan if they're eligible. I want everybody to do that. We don't have to wait for that. Eartha's telling you, we've been using this methodology for a long time. See, and Eartha really convinced me of it years ago. I was coming over here, I was doing this. Eartha knows the whole story. First people go, I thought you were in the East Coast. Well, I thought you were on the West Coast. Eartha's one of the only people that knows that I was bi-coastal doing shows and events. Prior to my daughter being born and me shutting it down so I could really be here to raise my daughter, I was going all over the place. Eartha came with me to Vegas, my first Vegas show. But when things change, it's good. Eartha looked at me and said, Troy, I don't care if it's just us supporting. If we support one another, we're going to be good. Troy, if we have an event, we're not waiting for anybody to buy any tickets. If we buy the tickets and our circle buys the tickets, we'll be good. And that was the base of tightness. And that's what tightness is all about, bringing the community together. We can talk about it or we can do it. So if you want to get involved, 443-655-7198. 443-655-7198. Remember, it's the most wonderful time of the year for businesses right now. It's January. It's not December.
That's right. And not only that, it's like when I think about getting connected, like she said, if we're not talking to each other, we don't know how to help each other. Because I was joking, like you said, we really put her in the bus and we helping her drive because she already told us what she needed also, and we told her what we needed. So for her to say, okay, well, you know, I never been on social media. Okay, we can make that happen. I never do that. We can make that happen. And the same thing we told her. She's like, oh, I can make that happen. I can make that happen. The one thing that this got us doing is not talking to each other. So we have a tendency, we don't even know how to help each other because we haven't even had that conversation. But psychologically, it's nothing that we can talk about that we don't have a solution to. Nothing. You in 2021, Ken LaDon, more educated than ever, more whatever than ever, right? And what we do is we still buy into that crazy concept that we like, we wait on somebody. We doing
I ain't waiting on
and
nobody.
The reason why a lot of people struggle is because we don't raise our level of consciousness and redirect our money. If you are conscious enough, anything that you sell or touch, you should be getting a piece of it. I always tell people when people call me employee and was like, I got this great concept, and people use the word money level marketing. I always say, well, I got this great concept too. Guess what? If you went and got somebody that got somebody that got somebody that got somebody that got somebody, I think you should be rich. So the concept that you're bringing me with whatever it is, whether it's Amway or Prime America or whatever the service is, and it's the same thing everybody's doing. But if you don't have the respect to look at me like you want me to look at your business, that's where we have a problem. That's where we're not conscious enough. You don't look at the Tight Knit radio shows like a Prime America, like that I did when they said everybody put up $500. $100 a month. Did I not, Troy? I had everybody giving me $100 a month, and they literally could walk into Tabba.
Let's stop for a second. Hold on. Let me explain this so people really get it. A lot of times people are talking about getting buildings. We have Willie Ray coming on about his building, and he's letting everybody know he has a nonprofit build like that. But even prior to people like that, Earth has brought together a group of people, and these opportunities come available in Baltimore. We have those opportunities come available in Los Angeles. The reason I roll with Earth like this is because she pulls the trigger. Earth has brought together a group of people, $100 a month, and they got a building. How many of y'all can afford $100 a month to have your own building and you can do your own event? And guess what? The amount of money it costs now to do that is a fraction of what it cost when they did it before. Because buildings are going empty. So all I'm saying, before she gets into telling the whole story about it, I just want to make it very simple. People put together $100 a month and had access to their own building.
And that's why I try to raise our level of consciousness. If we put together any type of our resources, nobody would be struggling. Nobody would be sitting here worrying about Excel, IBA card, LL Radio, Kinladon, Mogul, and we wouldn't be worried about nothing, guys. The problem is our psyche. And I look at it every day when I sit down and I'm thinking, what is making us watch news 24 hours a day and giving our opinion about what happened? But we're not watching and sitting around like this, deciding how are we going to get that money? And we know that the majority of people in our circle, we're struggling financially. So if we get our heads together and say, okay, let's get ourselves together financially. I put out there, and I think I just saw you were saying, follow us, J-Biz and all that. I put out there, my godson literally put out a video that he was talking to Fat Joe. I ain't even into rapping or whatever, but I know that when you're pushing something and you get an opportunity to talk to somebody that's key in the business, Fat Joe, and all you asking is people to support you, so J-Biz knows that a person person like him that don't even, that Joe should know that if he can recognize J. Biz, right? He don't even know J. Biz. But yet, the people who've seen him, he's out there trying to build his brand, trying to promote his music and whatever, and he's my godson, and we can't even recognize him, then we have a problem. So I recognized him, I put him out there, I was like, hey, people, vote for my godson or whatever, and then people hit me back like, what are you doing? That's a rapper or whatever. No, he is the young man that we need to make sure that we get connected to, that's saying to him that he done worked himself up to a level where he right now is talking to one of the main people in the industry.
Yeah, what would happen if we did more of that? If we did more of the factors, like Earth was saying, what would happen if we took more? I love when parents, I try to do it with Zoe on a regular basis. But what would happen if we took, and thank God for my parents when they were on this planet and when they were with me. Both of them gone on to their heavenly home. But, when they were with me, when they were around, they never limited what I did. If I said I wanted to do something, they were like, go for it. Now, if I wanted to quit, they weren't there to stop me from quitting as much, but they did ask me questions like, you sure? With Zoe, I tell her initially, you start something, it's gonna be very. I'm with you what you start, but when you go to quit, you ever think about quitting, it's gonna be hard, baby. I'm making it hard for you to quit because if you commit to something, commit to it. So this young man committed to a craft. All hip hop is a craft, Reverend Willie. And if we support this young man and put him into the regular, I'm surprised somebody would even attempt to say, oh, he's a hip hop artist. Yeah, he is. He's an artist. You said it correct. He is an artist, and he's my family.
Right.
So
and he has the whole independent setup. They're not even tied to a label. They created their own label. And before we go out of here, I'm going to give a shout out to Kendrick 5-Star. He just made a donation to Tight Knit Radio. Also, want to let you know that 5-Star had now
5-Star. The general.
5-Star has a program, Troy. You may want to look at it for your daughter, but he teaches master music. But like I said,
definitely. I gotta hit him up. I gotta hit 5-Star up on the number of things because we supposed to be doing some tour. He's the one who ran the event venue that we did several times. So y'all need to hit up DJ 5-Star. What's Kendrick Tillman? Is Tillman his last name? Yeah. So,
Kendrick Tillman is his Facebook name, KENDRICK. Tillman is spelled PILGHMAN. But
around the room, we know him as DJ 5-Star the General.
No, look, you gotta say it like this. DJ 5-Star.
I love it.
But again, guys, you listen to Tight Knit Radio. We got Reverend Willie Ray on, so we're gonna give him our last few minutes of the show. But again, you can make donations at $ Eartha Harris. Eartha is gonna spell ERTHA Harris. $ Eartha Harris, or you can call me at 443-655-7198. And please hit us up because we really, really don't want no businesses or now we know
none. We don't want any businesses.
We got money.
And you got 2 minutes, right?
Okay, Willie Ray, what you got?
Willie Ray, you got 60 seconds, brother. No, I just want to first, I know we're having a bad talk about finance, but I just want to pause and let everybody know what happened Wednesday is a wake-up call for those of us who are asleep, and it's an opportunity for those of us who are awake, with like Eartha and Brother Troy and Maynard and Kenyo, who have proposals. Don't sleep this opportunity, because now the Americans have guilt and egg on their face. They're looking for mainly those who are non-profits, because they thought about what's happening with Donald Trump. He's perfect. And now we are in the movement, be it Black Lives Matter, be it a Million Man March, or whatever your proposals, like I have with the same level youth, I'm blessed blowing the dust off my proposals for the 22 Emerson Avenue, because money will be flowing. And we want to give honor to God for electing Brother Warnock in Atlanta, and now Mitch McConnell's out of business. Leslie Graham and all the right wings is out of business. So those of us who've been in the trenches and been suffering, it's a wake-up call. And Eartha, thank you for keeping us alive and make sure that the 25 million man march movement, that was an excellent dinner with Brother Dr. Mel Butler. And I'm looking forward to work with those brothers who want to give back to their neighborhood, what Farrakhan gave that call 25 years. Go back to your neighborhood, rebuild, retrust, and starting with your family. This is a tight-knit, is an opportunity for us to wake all of us up who've been sick even to this town. And I ended on this note. We can start with Brandon Scott, Weiss, and Cooley, and also the governor. These are people who we need to go to turn for opportunity.
Unfortunately, he said our time is up. So, again, check out Reverend Willie Ray the third Saturday here on the Tight Knit Radio Show so he can go into more detail of all of the things that he just expressed to you right now. So, Reverend Willie Ray will be here on the third Saturday of the month. And again, Troy closes out. You got 2 seconds. No, Troy must be gone, so I'll close this out. So I thank Troy Rollins, co-host in California, Leilon Butler, and Ken Ladon. See you next Saturday, peace.